representing St. Vrain, an AP Scholar and Diploma recipient, National Honor Society member, varsity letter winner in multiple sports and seasons, headed to the University of Michigan this fall, and one heck of a teammate. Please welcome Silver Creek class of 2023 salutatorian Allie Hartman as she presents Being a Great Teammate.
Congratulations. We've finally made it and are off to bigger and better things. Throughout high school, my English teachers have recommended some great books. But it's safe to say that Hamlet definitely wasn't my favorite. The most impactful book I read during high school was recommended to me my freshman year by my biology teacher and basketball coach, Mrs. Runyon. She thought that I might like the book since I played lacrosse. Now, I'll admit that I largely forgot about this book and the lessons it taught me during the mess of COVID and the search for motivation these past few months. But I was reminded of the story when my lacrosse coaches brought it up at practice. The book is called The Hard Hat by John Gordon. It explores the true story of George Boiardi, a Cornell lacrosse player who tragically lost his life playing the game that he loved in 2004. George was looked up to by his teammates as an extraordinary leader, but an even better teammate. After his death, George's coaches and teammates were asked to come up with some qualities that made George such a phenomenal person. John Gordon compiled these into a list of 21 ways to be a great teammate. Now, sports and athletics might not interest everyone, but being a member of a team and learning to work hard, collaborate, and encourage those around you are skills that are increasingly valuable in a world that seems to become more and more divided each and every day. Teamwork is a vital part of life. And in the future, your team might be made up of classmates, coworkers, friends, and of course, family. The Hard Hat emphasizes that being a great teammate can be just as influential as being a great leader. And when it comes down to it, being a leader and a good teammate are actually one and the same. For that reason, I'd love to share a few of the ways that George Boiardi was a great teammate, in hopes that all of us can carry these lessons into our futures. My favorite way that George was a great teammate is discussed in rule number 2. It says, remember, well done is better than well said. Benjamin Franklin was famously quoted for saying well done is better than well said, and this is the quote that George lived his life by. So he knew better than anyone that actions speak louder than words. George wasn't known for giving pump-up speeches before games, but rather he was admired for his commitment to his values and his willingness to work hard. George was a silent leader who encouraged his teammates through his actions, his effort, and by doing things the right way. Words only go so far before we actually have to practice what we preach if we expect to make change in our team or our communities. As my older brother likes to put it, quit talking about it and be about it. If you truly want to make the world a better place, you can start with your own actions by loving those around you, no matter how different they look or how different their worldview might be. It takes dedication, but great teammates are not hypocrites. They lead and love by example. Rule number 14 simply says, connect. George was known to invite his quieter teammates out for lunch and strive to get to know them as true friends, not just as someone that he passed the ball to. For this reason, George became an emotional cornerstone on the team and was someone his teammates could go to if they needed anything. As much as we might try to do things on our own, life is a team sport. You will find everyday life much more meaningful if you strive to make close connections with those around you. Earlier this fall, I remember leaving school to go eat lunch on my own, when Will Walker invited me out to eat with him and another friend. That gesture made my whole week, and it still makes me smile today. Making an effort to connect with those around you has a lasting impact. It sure impacted me. It's easier to work together when you truly understand your teammates, and you never know when you will need an emotional safety net to fall back on. So wherever you go next, making these close connections should be a top priority. A quote from the book reads, "If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. The last rule says, leave the place better than you found it. George was known for being the last one off the bus and the last one out of the locker room so that he could pick up any trash left behind. He helped pick up balls after every practice, even as an upperclassman. When his time with the team was suddenly cut short, his impact as a great teammate was already immense. He had certainly left Cornell lacrosse better than he found it. I can confidently say that as a class, we have left Silver Creek better than we found it. And wherever you go next, work hard and strive to make that place better than when you found it. Remember that you will always be a part of a team, and your impact as a great teammate will be larger than you might think. So thank you, good luck, and congratulations.